If you want to close more loans, but you don't want to add more time to your day, then you need to take a look at what you're doing and decide whether it's something that you do or something that you delegate. And so what I did in this video is I took 10 very common things that are part of a loan officer's everyday life and ranked them whether it's something you do or you delegate. Now, how did I determine whether you do it or you delegate? Well, I have a few pieces of criteria. One of the criteria is, does it directly lead to you generating more business? Another criteria, is it easy for you to train somebody else to do it? Another thing, third criteria is it expensive to train somebody else to do it? Or is it expensive to have somebody else to do it for you? These three big things are going to help us to determine whether it's something that you should do or something that you should delegate. Hey, if you're wondering who I am, I'm DJ Christofferson. I've been a licensed loan officer for the last 17 years, been a top 0.5% producer. I've helped mortgage companies grow and scale. One, I've helped grow and scale by multiple billions in annual volume. I train and coach loan officers all across the country. I have loan officers I've helped grow to become top 100, top 50, top 30 loan officers in the entire country. So when it comes to figuring out how to help a loan officer get more time back, I know a thing or two about that. So let's get into it and let's go over the first thing. And the first one is whether you should do it is take an application. You should take the application, or should you delegate that? Now, right off the bat, this is going to surprise a lot of people, is because I'm going to tell you, you should take your applications. Now, I will say, as your business grows, these things will evolve, but for the majority of loan officers, which this video is geared for, is that you should be taking your own applications. And I made an entire video on why loan officers should be taking their applications. And what's the biggest reason is because when done right, you take the application over the phone, it's a income generating opportunity. It's because it helps you develop that relationship with that borrower, which means you're going to increase your conversion percentages. You're going to build a better relationship with them. It's going to allow you to build a better relationship with the realtor, because if you lose the deal because they go somebody else, is that you don't have the opportunity to build a relationship with that realtor. Can you delegate it to somebody else? Yes. Is it inexpensive to have somebody else do it? No. You can actually just send an online application link. However, doing an online application, you're losing control over your business. Taking the app is going to help you close more loans. And since it directly leads to more business, this is something that you should do. Next is gathering initial documents. Hey, real quick, if you're a loan officer or a branch manager and your business is stuck, whether it's because you don't have enough business coming in or you're having trouble getting the business closed, I want to help you. I do free loan officer hot seats where I invite loan officers on one at a time and I help them fix the biggest issue in their business that's stopping them from to grow. Now, if this is something that interests you, in the description is an intake form. Fill that out, let me know a little bit about your business and I'll personally review it. If it's something I think that I can help, then my team will reach out to you and we'll get you scheduled for one of our upcoming hot seats. And so you call up the borrower, you do that application. Hey, I got a needs list. You send the needs list, and then you are chasing them to get those documentation. Now, does that directly lead to money? No, not really. I mean, yes, you need those documents or you don't close. Can you train somebody else to do it? Yes. And is it inexpensive to get that person? No, it's not inexpensive. It's very cheap to find those types, and you can actually get overseas help to make that happen. And so I'm going to say gathering initial documents is you need to delegate that. That alone is going to save most loan officers multiple hours every single week. And you take those hours and you reinvest it into activities that generate more business. Chasing conditions. So now you got your initial loan approval. The processor you have, assuming it doesn't chase the conditions, is then you are forced to get it. Hey, I need the most recent pay stub or the bank statement or whatnot. You should not be doing that. Does it directly lead to business? Again, yes, you need that stuff or the loan doesn't close. But can you train somebody else to do it? Yes, you can do that. Again, if you can't afford American help, you can get overseas help and it'll do that for you. You need to protect your time for income generating opportunities. And so we're gonna go delegate on that. Prospecting. This is an interesting one. And this is another one that will evolve over time. It can evolve over time for loan officers as you start closing more loans and have more resources. But loan officers, you need to do your prospecting. Does it directly lead to business? Well, it's not, maybe not in a sense like, hey, I make a call and I got a deal. It does if you're calling your database, right? But let's say you're going after realtors, you have to develop that relationship. So it directly generates more business. But if you're calling your database, absolutely. Now, can you train somebody else to do it? Absolutely. You 100% can do it. Is it cheap to do? It's not that cheap to do. And it's more expensive to do because that's more of a specialized skill. Can you do it? 100% you can do it. For most loan officers though, you probably shouldn't start there, is you need to get that yourself, and because then you can train somebody else on how to do it. But once you have consistency of closings, getting somebody else to help you prospect and generate more opportunities from your database, realtors, whoever else, it's a very good thing. So while this is something that you can eventually delegate, it stays in a do column. Status update calls. Notice I say calls. I know most people rely on technology and automations to send their updates. When you do that and that's all you have, you're like every other loan officer. You're a commodity. So status update calls, where you call the borrower, you call the realtors, and you let them know where you're at in the transaction. Now, does this directly lead to business? It can, because you can ask for a referral. You can ask for a referral and get a referral from that. Can you train somebody else to do it? Absolutely. Is it inexpensive to train somebody to do this? No, it's not. So where am I going to put this? I'm going to put this is something a loan officer should do, because if you treat this as a sales activity, you call the borrower, your goal is to try to get referrals from them during the process, best time. If you're calling the realtors, get a referral and or get a meeting with them. It's a sales opportunity, right? And so this is something that the loan officer should be doing. Now, as your business grows and you can afford it, you can afford somebody that's good on the phone, that has that sales mentality, eventually you could delegate it, though it's something that is on the do list for now. Structuring your loans. What should you do on structuring loans? You got a new application. You need to pull credit. You need to structure it, make sure everything's cleaned up on it. You need to run findings. You need to figure out what loan program. Most loan officers think that this is something that you should be doing. And if you have no business, hardly any business, then yes, because you can't afford anybody on there. But this is one of the things that if you can delegate very quickly. The person that chases your conditions, gathers initial documents, you can get that same person to actually structure your files. Now, I would delegate this. For most loan officers though, it might be a do, but this is gonna be one of your very first hires, because if you can get somebody to get your files even to 80, 90% of the way there, the amount of time you're gonna save is tremendous. And so I'm gonna say this is something that you want to delegate as soon as possible too. Doesn't mean that you let them go 0 to 100%. You still have to check it, but if they can get it to 80, 90, 95% even, and you'll see many times they're 100%, you're just making sure it's signed off that it's good. Gosh, could you imagine the amount of time you save? It's huge, and I've helped many loan officers do that. All right, next, review the final CD with the borrower. Now, most loan officers, they just send the CD to the borrower and have them look at it and say, hey, this is what you need to bring to closing, or wire it, or whatever. Wrong. You need to have phone calls about this, because you don't want a person freaking out at the closing table or not understanding, or their realtor finds out you didn't review it with them. No, you review it with them. So on this let's look at our criteria. Does this directly lead to money? No. However, is that if this gets messed up and they're confused, the likelihood of you getting referrals goes down the drain. Also, if the realtor finds out you didn't do a good job of this and they're confused, your chance of getting more referrals from that realtor goes down the drain. So while it doesn't directly lead to business per se, it's a protector of business. Is this something you can train somebody else to do? Yes, you can. And is it expensive to get that person? No, it's not. But because of the importance of keeping that relationship through the finish line and wanting to get opportunities for referrals from that person and maintain a good relationship with the borrower, you can spend 5 minutes to review the final closing disclosure with the borrower. You can get very efficient at this and do a great job, make them feel warm and fuzzy, all of that stuff. And then once you have them on the call, you can end it with even ask for a referral or prompting them that, hey, make sure you're referring me to all your family, friends, and all that stuff. It's kind of like a nice period to end the relationship, so to speak. So this is something that you should be doing until you have a high-end person do it for you. Next, social media content. Now, does this directly lead to business? It can very much directly lead to business. As you make some post content and people reach out, though it's not in the numbers most people expect. What it's really great at is creating top of mind awareness, especially with realtor partners, is the more you're in front of them and that they can see you, the less likely they will forget you. So social media is fantastic. So this is something that I would say directly leads to business. Can you have somebody somebody else train somebody to do it for you? Yes. Or is it cheap to do? Yes, that's also cheap. But here is my take on that. You know, people will hire out a software or something to do these automated posts for them, or somebody very cheap they found on Fiverr to do posts for them. The problem with that stuff, in most cases, it's so bland and generic, it blends in with everything else, and it's not the real you. And so you want you know, if you're making videos, yeah, you can have some AI stuff here and there, AI videos. If you're gonna make a video, have you know, have your quirks in there. You're stumbling, it's real. People love the rawness and realness. So social media content, you need to do it, but get help. And when I say get help, meaning that as time goes, as you can afford it, people that can help you make better stuff, better looking stuff, more engaging stuff, but it's still you doing it and it's still in your voice. So that one I'm going to have to say is a do. All right, scheduling, confirming appointments. This is a very simple one. Does this directly lead to business? Yeah, I guess, because if you're gonna talk with the client, they're gonna go with you or not go with you in one regard. So that's important to have those meetings, of course. Can you train somebody to do it? Yes. Is it easy? Yes. Is it expensive to get them? Yes. Now, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this is a delegate. All day long, this is a delegate. This is gonna save you so much time. There's really not enough juice or importance for you to schedule your own appointments for you to have to, you know, to do it. It actually takes you a ton of time, all the phone tag that you have to do, and then remembering, hey, I need to call this person and schedule this, have somebody else do it for you. Last one we're gonna talk about is pipeline meetings. I know loan officers that close a lot of business and they never meet with their processors. And now pipeline meetings does it directly lead to business? No, but it can directly help save business and save a relationship by you knowing what's going on. Can you train somebody to do this for you? Yes, you can. Is it expensive to train somebody to do it? No. But at the end of the day, you need to know what's going on with your files and building the relationships so this is something that you need to do. Now, these are not like hour-long meetings every single day. I mean, even if you have 20, 30 deals going, this is a 30-minute meeting. It's boom, 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 boom. It's not something you have to prolong and make long, but it's important for you to know what's going on, because as you talk with the clients on status updates, as you talk with the realtor status updates, you need to know what's going on with your files, because it's going to show that you're on top of it. And the realtors, they will appreciate that. Even if they're not calling you to schedule an appointment with you, the borrower, is that they're going to appreciate when you do the status update, you know what the heck is going on. So this is something squarely that you need to be doing. So those are just 10 things. So if you are looking to hire somebody and you're looking to delegate, you can use this as a baseline of what you should start to delegate and what you start to look for in hiring somebody. And so the goal is not to be working more and more hours, it's to get more out of the hours that you put in. So you can close more loans and not put more hours in. It's just a matter of what you do versus what you delegate. So if you like this, like it, subscribe, share with another loan officer. That's it for today. Take care.